The market is growing now, but we need to also have more value addition. A lot of activity is happening in assembly, but we need to have more activity in the value-added manufacturing space. We expect that this growth rate will continue, if not for 10 years, maybe at least for 5 to 6 years. After that, maybe some saturation might be reached. So right now we have a market of about 130 to 140 billion dollars, and the government is very keen to take it up further, and they have estimated that this should go up to about 300 billion dollars. So, which of course needs a very rapid increase in the market growth rate. But we do expect that this is an extremely fertile area for all manufacturers. We have had a lot of challenges over the last many years, and it all began with the ITA-1 and all that, and a number of companies had to actually shut down because 217 tariff lines went down to zero duty. So that caused a lot of trouble in the industry, and particularly the component industry suffered a lot. Over the last 6 to 7 years, since the national policy on electronics was announced, and there have been 2 rounds of it, it has now the industry has gained pace, and there are some schemes which are very supportive, especially the PLI scheme and the SPECS scheme. PLI, of course, is the production linked incentive scheme, and the SPECS scheme, which is a capital subsidy scheme for components and for semiconductors. We still don't manufacture the core electronics of the mobile. We still don't even manufacture the PCB, the multi-layer PCB that goes, which is called the HDI PCB, which goes into the mobile. So all these components, they are very capital intensive. So possibly to manufacture something worth rupees 2 in a year, you have to invest at least 1 to 1.5 rupees. So the value addition and the capital output ratio is extremely high. So that becomes a barrier. So we are trying to overcome that, and these schemes are helping us. So we need to get more into the components, more into the raw materials, and I think that is what is ultimately going to increase the value addition. What we talk about deep manufacturing. Electronica is definitely one of the best shows in the country. Knowledge is something which really leads to more confidence in the industry, more handshakes and more business. So I think to that extent, Electronica is doing a very good job. As far as the CEO forum is concerned, we are bringing some of the best speakers there, and we want to share some of the experiences of the speakers who have done so much work in this area, and they are going to talk about deep manufacturing, value-added manufacturing, what are the challenges there and how they have been able to overcome, so that others can emulate them. I am looking forward to being at Electronica and with all my colleagues and all my friends.